Picture this. You finally stop being that guy who always initiates. No more good morning text, no more asking how her day went. You just stop. And then something weird happens. She starts acting completely different, like almost desperate different. Look, I'm not here to tell you this is some master manipulation tactic. It's not. It's just basic human psychology, and once you understand what's actually happening in her head when you pull back, everything starts making sense. Here's what's wild. The same women who seemed totally uninterested when you were chasing them suddenly act like completely different people the moment you step back. Today, I'm showing you 5 clear signs that she's internally freaking out because you stopped being her personal ego boost. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and what it actually means, because most guys see these signs and make the wrong move entirely. But first, let me ask you something. Ever notice how the girl who barely replied to your good morning text suddenly starts sending you random stuff at midnight? That's not coincidence. That's sign number 1. Sign 1. She becomes the conversation starter. Remember when you carried every single conversation? When picking up your phone felt painful because you knew you'd be initiating again? Well, the tables just turned. She's now sending those "hey" texts. She's asking about your day. She's sharing random thoughts that reminded her of you. Here's what's happening. When you were constantly available and always initiating, you became predictable. And predictable is boring. The moment you stepped back, you created something her brain can't handle. Uncertainty. Now her mind is working overtime trying to figure out why you changed, and that mental effort makes her think about you way more than when you were chasing. But it gets better. Sign number 2 will probably make you laugh. Sign 2. Her response time magically improves. The same woman who took 8 hours to reply to "How was your day?" is now responding in minutes, sometimes seconds. Like she suddenly discovered notifications exist. What's really happening? Her brain is experiencing loss aversion. Humans fear losing something way more than they value gaining it. When you were always available, your attention had zero value because it was guaranteed. Now that it's uncertain, it's suddenly precious. Think about it. When do you appreciate the air you breathe? Never, because it's always there. But take it away for 30 seconds and you think about nothing else. That's exactly what's happening with your attention. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Sign 3 is psychological warfare. Sign 3. She starts bringing up your history together. Remember that coffee shop we went to? You were the only guy who got my humor. I was thinking about when you helped me with that project. She's trying to re-establish emotional connection by reminding you of good times together. Her brain is basically saying, "Hey, remember how good we were? Remember why you liked me?" But she's also testing you. She's fishing for information. Are you still interested? Talking to someone else? Moved on completely? This is where most guys screw up. They either get excited thinking she wants them back, or get bitter and use it as ammunition. Both responses are wrong. Here's sign 4, and this one saves you from making a huge mistake. Sign 4. She becomes overly helpful. Suddenly, the girl who was too busy last month is offering to help you move. She's volunteering for errands. She's available for that concert you mentioned. What's happening is she's trying to prove her value. When you were chasing, she didn't need to prove anything because your interest was obvious. Now she's uncertain, so she's overcompensating by trying to be perfect. This taps into something called the Benjamin Franklin effect. When someone does you favors, they actually start liking you more, not less. She's not just trying to win you back. She's conditioning herself to be more invested. But here's what's dangerous. This feels so good that guys mistake it for genuine interest. They think, finally, she's treating me right. But remember, this behavior comes from panic and uncertainty, not real desire. Before I give you sign 5, let's talk about what you actually do when you see these signs. Your response determines whether this becomes a real opportunity or just another emotional roller coaster to nowhere. React with excitement and go back to chasing. You lose all progress. She gets comfortable again and you're back where you started. React with anger or try to punish her. You push her away completely. The key is calibrated responses. Acknowledge the change without making it a big deal. Appreciate her efforts without rewarding them too quickly. Stay consistent with your boundaries while remaining open to real connection. Now, here's sign 5, the one that tells you if this is worth pursuing or if you should keep walking. Sign 5, she addresses the elephant in the room. You seem different lately. You're not texting as much. Did I do something wrong? She's no longer pretending nothing changed. She's acknowledging the shift, and she's uncomfortable. This level of awareness means your absence had real psychological impact. But here's what separates women worth your time from those just experiencing temporary panic: how she addresses it. If she's accusatory, defensive, or trying to guilt you for changing, she's more concerned about controlling the situation than understanding it. She was comfortable with the old dynamic where she had all the power. But if she's genuinely curious, vulnerable, or wants an honest conversation about what happened, that's someone who might be worth exploring a connection with. Here's the bottom line. These signs don't mean she fell in love with you. They mean she's experiencing psychological discomfort because the predictable pattern got disrupted. What matters is what you do with that information. Some situations turn into genuine connections where both people want to try differently. Others reveal she was only interested in your validation, not you as a person. Stay grounded in your own worth throughout. Don't let these signs inflate your ego or make you think you have power over her. See them as information about human psychology and use them to make better decisions. Remember, the goal was never to make her panic. The goal was to stop accepting less than you deserve. These signs just confirm that boundaries work, standards matter, and your time and attention have value. If this helped, subscribe, because next week I'm breaking down 3 responses that actually work when you notice these signs, including the one that immediately tells you if she's worth your time or wasting it. Let me know in the comments. Have you noticed these signs? Which one surprised you most? Your experiences help other guys navigate this stuff better. Remember, the right person won't make you chase them. Sometimes the best thing you can do is stop running long enough to see who actually wants to walk beside you.